Hey guys, I'm back with Mel B's Flowerhorns and aquariums. So today I wanted to show you guys about my breeding setup and the importance of having a good harmony of reality, being that they're from a river system that has other fish originally, not flowerhorns, but their ancestor did, and in their ancestors' lives they fought off neighbors just like this guy right over here, and that's what makes them happy and healthy. Because just like with people, if you put two people together in a room forever and then don't give them anything to do, they're going to pull each other's hair out and potentially murder them. So that is a lot like these guys. So I've just figured that maybe I would show you all my little my environment I give them, setting up for success. So as you can see, I've got a little 2/3 of the area is their community area. It's where they go talk mad crap to the fish next door. It's where they get to think that they are defending their eggs and their home and abode from the enemy. It's a common interest, it's a common goal, it builds team building and trust and all that good stuff, just like with people, I guess. So now the reason for that is that you want the bedroom area, I guess the little cove area where they would lay the eggs, you want that away from this guy, because if for some reason they want to fight him, and the eggs are nearby, they can misdirect, with one of them washing the clutch and then the other one goes over in there to be Mr. Captain America. They could accidentally hurt each other pretty bad. So very important that you give them natural stimulation. You don't want fish on the other side though. You don't want fish on the side of their cove, let's just call it a cove, of their cove for their eggs. You want them to have that space between the neighboring fish and their cove. Now, I have another point in here. I have a divider that I've made. I'll make another video on how to do that here. These are very cheap dividers. They're a total of $2.20 to make. And then on the other side of that divider is where I, of course, place the plate, the little dish for laying the eggs. And right behind it there, you can see at that weird angle, there's that little air pump. What that does is it actually has a big hole in the bottom and then a flower pot in there with sand. The tube goes down into the sand. So what it does is it actually collects fry as they hatch and become wrigglers, giving them a chance to be separated. Of course, it's not like you can't pull that out of there and separate them that way. It's got holes and stuff, but it does give them the best chance to not be eaten by parents if you don't know whether or not your parent fish are going to eat them in the first hour or not, or if you have time to pull them out and collect them and put them in a separate tank. So, and then, let's see. Oh, and another thing, you can think of fish as they like to breed in the fall, the summer, the springish, maybe early. So what I do is I use light diffusers. So the very same thing that I use for a divider, I actually use that for my light diffuser. And it convinces them for some reason that it's the right time of the year to breed. If you have a full-on light on there, a big one, you may have some breeding issues just because they don't know what time of the year it is. What I do is I do two smaller lights, a couple of the Aqua Neats, the smallest ones I can get, and this is a 30-gallon tank. I put one on each end with a diffuser, and as you can see, you get plenty of light, you get some nice shadowing too. And then that, for some reason, does it. And then when I do their water changes, I do in between 20 and 30% water changes 3 times a week, because I heavily feed them to get them to breed. And when I do the water changes, I do it cold. So you're convincing them that they've been in warm water, the light's starting to get kind of hazy, and there's cold rain coming in. So that convinces them that it's fall, or the time to breed. But another key point is to have plenty of food floating around in a way, so it will be a little milky. You gotta watch your nitrates and all that, because you want them to think, oh gosh, there's a lot of food here. I can raise some fry in this area, this looks healthy. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of that. So you have a little cove on the right, that's their separate area. You don't want any fish by that. You want that all, sectioned off, either with a divider, blocker, or else you just, put that like mine. This is the end of the row. And it works really, really well. I love the interaction that this gives them versus trying to breed them on either side of the divider. It just seems like such a kind of robotic way to breed when you don't even let them hang out together. Of course, there's, risk involved. So to that end, when I first introduced these two, that divider in there actually worked as a divider. It was cold tot, and then I had one on each side. I had the female on the third and the male in 2/3 of the tank. And what I did was I waited for about a week to a week and a half, somewhere in there, and you'll start to see them go from fighting on either side of the divider to all of a sudden they kind of do this weird spy hopping, just like an orca or a dolphin. They do this little kind of vertical thing where they go from trying to tear each other apart to just checking each other out, like they're going to stand up all tall. So they'll stand up vertically, point towards the top, and they'll both size each other up for a couple days. And then once that's good, and you'll start to see them just kind of mellow off, and they'll start to follow each other. It won't be aggressive. They'll just go with each other, just kind of slip it in one time when they're feeding. Like, I just wait till I feed, and as they're eating and distracted, I just lifted it up, made it kind of curvy so there's some different dimension, and bada bing, bada boom, you got a successful, introduction. But again, it's very key that you have something to distract them, because if they're left to their own devices and they, get annoyed with each other, like if they fight over food, there's nothing there to take it out on anything else. Either do a mirror maybe or something. But I haven't had a lot of luck with the mirrors. They do kind of regress, and it's isolated. It's good to have a fish next door if you can. Heck, I'd even say put a computer screen up next to it and have it, 24/7 live stream like somebody else's Flowerhorn if you had to. I would, because it makes a huge difference. Absolutely significant change in the way that they interact with each other. They don't take their angers out on each other. There's moments when you'll see them just get so cray-cray with it, and they'll where normally they might attack each other, they're just like, oh, I'm going to go attack the neighboring fish. So it makes a huge difference. So again, and I keep my water, regulars about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not good. And then I feed them Okiko brand food. I really like their products. Yeah, and some methylene blue and malachite green, and we're good to go. I'll go ahead, like I said, I'll make a video on how to do the divider. I use the Marine Land, the 250 or 350, I can't remember. It's the one for 75 gallons. I'd have to look it up. But I do like that, and as you can see, I'm in my little air pump over there. So yeah, just thought I would make this little video to share with you guys how I do that. Be sure to catch me for the next video where I show you how to make the dividers. Again, if you like this video, if you like my content, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, do the thing. If you feel like it, otherwise, you don't have to. But it definitely would help other people to get to see these videos and inspire, hopefully, to bring them ideas. So, alright, you guys, I'm out, and you guys take care, and you know how it goes. Keep them Flowerhorns cocky. Later.